Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, a proud and boastful hare loved to show off his speed. He would race around the trees, leaving all the other animals in his dust, and couldn't help but taunt the tortoise, who was always slow and steady. "Why do you even bother, old friend?" the hare would sneer. "You'll never catch up to me. I'm too fast for you." The tortoise, though hurt by the hare's teasing, kept his head high. One day, with a quiet determination in his heart, he finally spoke up. "I may not be fast like you, but I'm strong in my own way. I challenge you to a race." The hare, bursting with laughter, almost couldn't contain himself. "Are you serious?" he asked, shaking his head in disbelief. "This is going to be the easiest race of my life." He was so sure of his victory that he already started picturing himself crossing the finish line, while the tortoise was still halfway through the race. The day of the race arrived, and the whole forest gathered to watch. With a burst of speed, the hare shot off the starting line like a bolt of lightning. The tortoise, in contrast, took each step slowly, his legs heavy but steady. The crowd cheered for the hare, their eyes following him as he zoomed ahead. The hare, confident that he had the race in the bag, looked over his shoulder. The tortoise was so far behind that he thought, "I could use a nap. I have plenty of time to spare." So, he found a comfortable spot under a tree, closed his eyes, and drifted off to sleep, leaving the tortoise far behind. Meanwhile, the tortoise kept moving, step by deliberate step. His heart was filled with quiet resolve. Though the path seemed endless, he never stopped. He didn't let the doubts creep in or the voices of others saying he was too slow. He simply kept going, putting one foot in front of the other. Hours passed. The tortoise's legs were aching, but he refused to stop. Then, finally, the finish line came into view. Slowly but surely, he approached it, his heart racing not from speed, but from pure determination. As he crossed the line, a wave of emotion flooded him, pride, relief, and the deep satisfaction of knowing that persistence had won the day. Suddenly, the hare awoke. He yawned and stretched, feeling confident that he still had plenty of time to finish the race. But when he looked up, his eyes widened in disbelief. The tortoise had already crossed the finish line. His heart sank. The cocky, fast hare had lost to the slow, steady tortoise. The hare hung his head, ashamed of his overconfidence. The tortoise, though tired, simply smiled, for he knew deep down that it was never about being the fastest. It was about never giving up, no matter how hard or how long it took. The animals of the forest cheered for the tortoise, who had proven that slow and steady truly does win the race. And the hare, humbled and thoughtful, learned a valuable lesson that day. No matter how much speed you have, persistence and hard work are just as important.